baby.
Here we go.
Woo!
A chance to put them out.
Nervous
Wrap
times.
this up.
This will be a tough matchup. I mean, that goes without
Very
saying.
much so.
Yeah, I mean, this team is. You can't take this Calgary Flames team for granted.
They're still a good team. I mean,
Is there anybody? Are there any sports donkeys, sports pundits that had the Oilers winning a second round matchup between with the Flames?
Well, I mean, like on our first segment of this round, we talked about that, how basically everybody, even Wayne Gretzky, picked the Flames to win. So the fact that the Oilers are now up 3-1 with a chance to close it out tonight in Game 5 is massive. I think that had to annoy the boys a little bit in the room, that no one believed that they could get past this Flames team. And as we've seen over this series, Game 1, obviously a mess. Okay, fine. They made some adjustments, games 2 through 4, and now all of a sudden they have a chance to close this out. So I'm hoping they shove it in everyone's face. Win tonight, do it in Calgary, send everybody home unhappy except for the handful of heroes that are down there cheering for the Oilers. I would love nothing more than to see this finish up tonight in Calgary.
yeah, it's hilarious. All the Leaf fans that I have in my life are now Flames fans. They got a weird thing against Edmonton.
Yeah, they do.
And they're all, well, it doesn't matter because they're not going to make it past Colorado anyways.
Okay, well, at least we got out of the first round. Enjoy the tea time.
Just send them that picture that I sent them.
Which the
Stanley Cup parade,
parade.
the black and white 1967 Stanley Cup parade. I never say anything. I just click and I email that or tweet them. Markstrom getting the start. We looked it up. I wouldn't have been surprised if they wouldn't have put Markstrom in. He's let in, 40 goals in this series?
He's been terrible.
Yeah.
He's been awful. And I figured, before the series started, I thought that if you're looking straight across, okay, the offenses, they're kind of saw it off. We'll call it even. Defense, maybe it favored Calgary a little bit, but I thought the big advantage they had was in net, but that just has not been the case. The Oilers have been living rent-free in Markstrom's head all series long.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in Game 4. That was just a costly error 20 seconds in. My boy Nugent Hopkins opens the scoring, and all of a sudden Rogers' place is bumping. So he has been really bad. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come up with a good effort, but if I'm the Edmonton Oilers, I'm shooting from the parking lot on this guy because they're living in his head right now, and I would be doing everything to make his life miserable. They
catch him glove slide a lot, just underneath the glove.
Yep.
It seems
low glove has been a problem for him this series, and you notice that the boys are starting to shoot at it a little bit more. In Game 4, one thing I noticed is that they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit in the second period, allowed the Flames to crawl back in. They can't do that tonight. They need a full 60 like we saw in Game 3 if they want to close this out, because I imagine Calgary's going to come out full of desperation. Their backs are against the wall right now. If they lose one more, they're done. So I imagine a much better effort from Calgary is what they're going to face tonight, and the Oilers are going to have to be at their best to get through it.
We got lucky. They have to look at that as a very lucky win the other night, because I thought that the Flames won. I mean, listen, at the end of the first period, it's 3-0, but I thought the Flames played better than the Oilers in the first period too.
I thought towards the end of that first period, especially, the Flames were turning it on. It was nice to see Evander Kane get that third goal to kind of increase the lead. But then in the second period, it was mostly Flames.
Yeah.
And then just the weird, I had a perfect view of that weird 132-foot goal, comes soaring down the ice. I was just like, oh no, that's going to hit the net. And next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. So that place went from being insanely loud to very quiet in a hurry.
Grant brought up an interesting thing about that goal was, and this has been the case through this series with the Flames, Baggedmilk, they haven't given up. When there's been a down,
the Oilers haven't given up.
The Oilers have not given up. They keep coming at the Flames. That's one of the nice things about watching this Edmonton Oilers franchise.
Because that could have been a moment where they just kind of, all right.
And Grant, you're 100% right. They didn't fold at all after that game. In fact, I thought that actually woke them up a little bit. The Oilers looked much better throughout the back half of that third period, and then Nugent Hopkins gets the eventual game winner, empty netter to seal it off. So I thought it woke them up. If that happened in, what was it, December, January, when they were awful, that would have been a guaranteed loss for sure. But
you're right.
The resilience of the group, they didn't quit on each other. All of them talked about it in their post game, where it's just okay, this happened. Well, let's get back to work. Woodcroft made a couple of adjustments to his line combinations, and then away we go. So it was also nice to see some different guys coming up with some key goals. Like Evander Kane, he's just been on fire this whole playoff, so it was no surprise to see him score. Nugent Hopkins gets 2. Zach Hyman's got a goal in every single game of this series. They didn't quit. You guys are right. They looked different. This feels different. But now, like I said, the job's not done. I'd love to see them close it out tonight.
We're not even talking about Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Like he's had how many points? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, he set 2 NHL records in 2 consecutive games. The other night, he's the first player to ever do 4 games with 3+ points. Like, that's crazy. And by their standards, I bet if you ask Connor and Leon, they probably had a quieter night than they would have liked on Tuesday. So I'm expecting both of those guys to get going with a big pace and big hustle tonight, because the look in their eyes this team feels different, and led by Connor, he's doing freak things that we haven't seen since the 80s. So Calgary could be in trouble if our boys are on top of their game tonight.
Well, and Evander Kane will be with the team. He didn't travel with them because he went to the birth of his kid. His girlfriend just had a baby. So maybe he'll be doing something special tonight, Got the new kid out there.
Hey, that's a big week for the guy.
Yeah,
have a new baby, maybe get a series clinching win into the.
He might be a little extra motivated, right? Playing for that contract too.
Yeah,
100%. Because
he's got a kid and he's like, I need money.
I'll say
this. The way he's playing right now, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
He's going to get 2 years, 10 mil. He's going to walk. He's going to leave Edmonton. I hate to say that. He's not sticking around because I don't think we have that kind of money to throw around to keep him for another year. And he better take Connor McDavid out for dinner, because basically Connor McDavid is paying off his gambling debts for the next couple of years.
There's a lot of guys that should be buying Connor dinner for what their contracts look like.
That's a really good play. Can you tell us a little bit about the Play La Bamba shirts?
Yeah, so the Play La Bamba shirts, we launched those when we found out that was going to be the win song this year. So those have been around for a while, but we got so many requests to have them in both orange and blue. So we just launched the orange versions this week, and They are flying out. So if you're looking to get one of those, nationgear.ca, but I wouldn't wait, because they're not going to be around very long. We just cannot get inventory in fast enough to print these shirts. So if you want one, procrastination is not your friend here.
You got ladies too for that? Shirts?
We got all kinds of different sizes.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Yeah, head on over to nationgear.ca, check them out. We've got all kinds of different flavors, but like I said, inventory is really limited right now during the playoff.
Oilers Nation, where are you guys going to be tonight?
Pint White viewing party tonight for Game 5. We'll be down there. Again, prizes, giveaways, raffles. We've got all kinds of stuff going on at these viewing events. So if you're looking for a spot to go to watch it, well, come watch it with us.
There you go. Baggedmilk from Oilers Nation, thank you for your time.
Thanks, boys.
7:30 puck drop tonight, everybody.
The Locker Room.
Brought to you by Always Plumbing and Heating.
Weekday mornings on 95.7 Cruise FM.